Hi, world. The fuck y'all doing today? More shit. Different day. It continues. This nonsense. Ooh. Ooh. Ay, 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 ay. Welcome to the stream. Boop, 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 boop. Let's talk bullshit. Wait, let me get my TTS going here. There we go. Who is that? Not on stream. It's getting me into trouble. If it pulls up. But your answer is yes. Hello, Squid Fiddler. What's up? Let's talk about the case of the tomatoes. Oh, dear Watson, how would you solve the greatest mystery of them all? How do we do it? I don't know. I think been some special stuff going on. Ah, you do not say. Oh, I fucking do. First off, stop wasting my time. It's nonsense. Ooh, these neighbors want me out of here so fucking bad. Whoa, we're in trouble for something. Oh, I don't even know anymore. Simple shit today. Can't even go much anywhere. Kroger. I can parking lot at Walmart. Holy shit! Don't get me started. Said I would already know. Anyways, let's continue. So, I waited in this parking lot for a good hour because somebody was getting their hair cut and was taking forever. And I wasn't about to leave my groceries, knowing my current stance right now with the rest of society, in my vehicle with me unoccupied. Nice try. Oh, nice try. Even on the way home. Think the other one didn't see you? Oh, we did. I even pointed it out as I'm driving on the way home. Everybody was lined up just to make it look like something that really wasn't going on. That's bullshit. Old man, get a fucking hobby, dude. Okay? And then, when I get home, you remember that trail walk I did yesterday in this neighborhood? And I remember I said Barney Fife showed up. That's why I was like, oh, wait, I better turn around now. Halfway through that trail. I just knew who was coming up down the road here in a couple of minutes. So I waited, and I waited, and oh, there he comes. I'm just doing my rounds, and then next thing you know, there's another vehicle after he leaves that shows up. This is on the stream, right? So I was still streaming. And it's a gray vehicle. Oh, wait. Ah, too late. And it pulls in next to my car. And then it backs out and leaves immediately. There's an old lady in it and a woman. I'm like, oh, that was kind of strange. In the meantime, there's a community garden that's already growing there, right? With fenced in area. Then on the side, hold on. On the side of the of the picnic tables, somebody looked like they were growing tomatoes. Like, you know, the vine with the little wraparound thing and the tomatoes on it. But darn. Props to you. This angers me. So I'm like, okay, that's kind of cool. But I leave. I go home. This was yesterday, right? I was at the trail. You know, we streamed a little bit. We got back to the house and we parked, you know. Cool. So today, when I was at home, hello, ambient. What's up? So today, oh, and the rest that just came, hello. I'm like, get home. You'd have to rewind, and I'm not going to tell the whole story again, but no, not really. Just sipping on some wine because I'm pretty stressed out. And so I park, and I go inside, and then we get back today from groceries and haircut and shit. And round. And I'm just by myself outside. Poof! The neighbor pops up and says, I got a bag of tomatoes for you. You want them? You want them? Take them. Take them. You can have them. The neighbor gave them to me to give to you. Really? I said, no, I'm good. Thank you very much, but no, I'm good. I don't want them. I said, I'm allergic to them. It was then it settled and dawned on me. And oh, really? So my little ass gets in my car, drives back to the trail where the tomato vines were growing. Thank you, ambient. That's very nice. And the tomatoes are missing. Why wait for everybody to disappear to give me a bag of tomatoes? How does that make sense? You could have done it when everybody was outside, but you waited for everybody to go in but me. How stupid do you think I am? Oh no! Fake stolen tomatoes! Ah! Fuck. Dude, come on now. Exactly. Fake stolen tomatoes! Holy shit! Oh. Yes, I heard you, whoever that was a minute ago. Mm. But every chance they get. Oh my fucking god. Bravo for trying your damnedest. Oh, you can't fuck with a psychic. Tomato. Mm. This bullshit. And y'all know, I know Haas was here on that trail. Halfway up, and you heard it. That fucking Barney Fife was in the fucking drive, and then the other car came in, pulled up, backed the fuck up, and left. No, that's some crap. I can't even go fucking fishing. I'm so scared to leave my house now. Like, what? Y'all, what the fuck? I do not belong here. Obviously not one. And I'm trying to put a big smile on my face without throwing. I really want to do something. I really want to take just. Ooh. Ugh. The bullshit, man. The fucking bullshit. It keeps going. It don't matter if I'm in my back porch blocking myself with a fucking cardboard box. They still try to call me out like that. And I'm like, you expect me to look at the road behind me to see fucking bullshit SUVs that I don't even know who the fuck you are to look at me, to make me look at you and think it's giving you some kind of fucking response? What the shit is this? What, am I supposed to give you a response? Did make it look like I'm some kind of drug dealer or something? This bitch doesn't lie. This bitch doesn't steal. It's hocus pocus garbage. It's like making paper and turning it into fucking water. That's what it feels like now. Working on grains of sand. Don't underestimate somebody. Just stream. That is it. Tomatoes. Not my style to be stealing shit. Sorry. Never been one to be a thief. That's like the lowest degrading shit is being a thief. For real. Think about it. The lowest. Okay? I would have hoped for an apology. Instead, I feel like I'm getting pushed out of my own home for no fucking good reasons. And I don't really give a shit. But this is it. This is every day. This should not be happening to somebody like me. Simple communication with your prefrontal cortex is a real thing. Okay? But it's only certain things. It's not like a full-blown conversation. You know? It's like I can be in this room right now. Literally in this room. And I will sense whoever, even through the fucking computers, on my streams. Who's coming around the corner? Oh shit, it's another neighbor. Locations. Y'all are just like chess pieces out there. And I just like, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's never ending. I'm not getting this concept anymore. Well, of course. Everybody does. You always come to this stream. Much appreciate that. Dedication. But yes. It's like Kroger. Oh my, parking lot. Poof, mind blown, peeps. And that's why I've been trying to find somebody in the science field that can explain this. I know, right? Ambient. Something else. Oh shit. This life. It just gets worse. One thing I want to know, I got cat hair in my mouth. One thing I should probably stop making Tails sleep with me in the bed. But he's so comfy. There's one thing I should do though. I think that, now mind you, I do have the capabilities mechanically. Okay. Ooh. Who showed up to this stream? Welcome. But yeah, the sensory thing, it's a fucking, able to have the foresight is on top of it is saved my ass and helped my life so many ways. Saved my life. Even on the roads. I wish it would stop. Is this a revolutionary thing? Probably. I don't know anybody else that can do that. Is it kind of nerve-wracking and kind of scary? At least a little bit. Oops, cat's out of the bag, peeps. Oh, shit. What a world it's become. Hole of hell in a handbasket. It's just magic fingers. I gotta laugh it up though a little bit. Oh. Who's on my stream? Mm-hmm. Welcome. I won't speak. Just know I do know you're there. And I hope that eventually my skills would be used, not just, oh, let's find something that'll get her in trouble. Come on, man. All right. Let's go back to what we were watching the other night. I pull it up. Go on my fucking YouTube. Yeah, but I've had it up to the fucking. I'm about to fucking blow up. And I know I shouldn't, but I'm gonna blow up, and I don't like blowing up because then I go outside and just start breaking shit and throwing shit around and throwing knives at fucking wood on the fucking. It just goes on. So let's share the stream. Welcome to my world again, peeps. Let's go. What were we watching yesterday? What? But kind of, yes, I do not want to be here, just so it's well known. Do not. I think if people took a chance and, yes, you're listening, listened to what I had to say, then maybe you'd be very surprised on the knowledge I've picked up over the years. Get me the fuck out of here. Scared to walk outside half the time. Yes, indeed. I am not comprehending at the moment on here. Would be nice. Let's see. Hold on, y'all. I'm picking something. Yes, yes, and yes is the answer. Just wanted to let that know on there. Just, I know what to do. I don't know where to go anymore. I got the message. Thank you. This one. Finish this one.
Eve to me is basically freedom. It's a giant open universe where you can do whatever you want. You can have really relaxed, slow-paced stuff where you can take it easy,
Or
you could be
and
on the
maybe
edge of your seat,
stop the aging
shaking,
process. Too.
making split-second decisions. This is Eve. You know, it's a crazy universe where anything can happen, and however you want to do it, go for it.
Oh,
I would describe myself as a kind of a freedom fighter. My very first character was a Minotaur character because it just seemed like the coolest, you know,
hold
most
on. What the
brutal
fuck?
people, and I was
There we
like,
go.
I want to be that guy. I started out doing the missions
Just a little
in
bit.
ISEC, and I want to be on the side of the people who are fighting
That
against
is
the
all.
oppression, against the bad guys, and once
What
I
the
learned
hell
that
is
you
this?
can basically
flowing into the chamber from the hotbar
There.
minus the heat flowing out of the chamber. So to calculate the efficiency, we divide this energy by the heat
You need
input
to
from
talk.
the hotbar. Now the heat in on the hot side is equal to the work done by the
If you
gas
go on my
the
page,
piston. And
on
this
my
will
Twitter,
always
on
be
my
greater than the work done
fucking
by
Twitch.
on the gas on the cold side,
There's a
which
Discord.
equals the heat out. And this is because on the hot
Well,
side,
actually,
the
let
hot
me share the
gas
link.
exerts a greater pressure on the piston than
Then you
that
can
same
send
gas when
messages.
cold.
And talk.
To increase the efficiency of the engine, you could increase the temperature of the hot side, or
Nothing is
decrease the temperature of the
compromised. My
cold
chips
side, or both.
protected.
Lord Kelvin learns of Carnot's
Okay,
ideal heat
a
engine
little bit
and
of
realizes it could form the basis for an absolute temperature scale. It is allowed to expand an extreme amount, so much that it cools to the point where all the gas particles effectively stop moving.
Let's see. if I
Then
pull it
they
up.
would exert no pressure on the piston, and it would take no work to compress it on the cold side, so no
Maybe.
heat would be
Yeah, I'd
lost.
like to share it so that people
This
can join the
is the
Discord
idea
too.
0, and it would make for
Join
a
the Discord.
100% efficient
Y'all
engine.
can chat
Using this
all day.
absolute
Post
temperature
videos.
scale, the Kelvin scale, we can replace the amount of heat in and out with the temperature of the hot and cold side respectively, because they are directly proportional. So we can express efficiency. We can rewrite like this. What we have learned is that the efficiency of an ideal heat engine doesn't depend on the materials or the design of the engine, but fundamentally on the temperatures of the hot. And to reach 100% efficiency, you need infinite temperature on the hot side or absolute, both of which are impossible in practice. So even with no friction or losses to the environment, it's impossible to make a heat engine 100% efficient. And that's because to return the piston to its original position, you need to dump heat into the cold bar, so not all the energy stays in the flywheel. Now, in Carnot's time, high-pressure steam engines could only reach temperatures up to 160 degrees Celsius, so their theoretical maximum efficiency was 32%, but their real efficiency was more like 3%. That's because real
There you go.
engines experience friction, dissipate heat to the environment, and they don't transfer heat at constant temperatures. So for just as much heat going in, less energy ends up in the flywheel. The rest is spread out over the walls of the cylinder, the axle of the flywheel, and is radiated out into the environment. When energy spreads out like this, it is impossible to get it back. So this process is irreversible. The total amount of energy didn't change, but it became less usable. Energy is most usable when it is concentrated, and less usable when it's spread out. Decades later, German physicist Rudolf Clausius studies Carnot's engine, and he comes up with a way to measure how spread out the energy is. He calls this quantity entropy. When all the energy is concentrated in the hotbar, that is low entropy. But as the energy spreads to the surroundings, the walls of the chamber and the
Yeah.
axle, well, entropy increases. This means the same amount of energy is present, but in this more dispersed form, it is less to do work. In 1865, Clausius summarizes the first two laws of thermodynamics like this. First, the energy of the universe is constant. And second, the entropy of the
Just
universe tends to a maximum. In other words,
more discussion
energy spreads out over time.
on the stream.
The second law is core to so many phenomena in the world. It's why hot things cool down and cool things heat up, why gas expands to fill a container, why you can't have a perpetual motion machine, because the amount of usable
Let me look
energy in a
that.
closed system is always
I'm a little
decreasing.
bit rusty on the language.
It's time to improve your writing game with Grammarly Go.
Ugh,
Grammarly Go
ads.
is an AI
More
service that
ads.
offers prompts.
What?
The most common way to describe entropy is as disorder, which makes sense because it is associated with things becoming more mixed, random, and less ordered. But I think the best way to think about entropy is as the tendency of energy to spread out. Why does energy spread out over time? I mean, most of the laws of physics work exactly the same way, forwards or backwards in time. So how does this clear time dependence arise?
How
Well,
do
let's
I
consider
spell that?
2 small metal bars and 1 cold. For this simple model,
Rusty.
we'll consider only 8 atoms per bar. Each atom vibrates according to the number of energy packets it has. The more packets, the more it vibrates. So let's start with 7 packets of energy in the left bar and 3 in the right. The number of energy packets in each bar is what we'll call a state. First, let's consider just the left bar. It has 7 energy packets which are free to move around the lattice. This happens non-stop. The energy packets hop randomly from atom to atom, giving different configurations of energy. But the total energy stays the same the whole time. Let's bring the cold
Yes.
bar back in with only 3 packets and touch them together. The energy packets can now hop around between both bars, creating different configurations. Each unique configuration is equally likely. So what happens if we take a snapshot at one instant in time and see where all the energy packets are? So stop. Look at this. Now there are 9 energy packets in the left bar and only 1 in the right bar. So heat has flowed from cold to hot. Shouldn't that be possible because it decreases entropy? Well, this is where Ludwig Boltzmann made an important
Wait,
insight.
Wait.
Heat flowing from cold to hot.
Oh, hold on a second. I gotta go take a note. I'll be right back. Okay. I'm back. Give me a second. I gotta take a notes. Adds on to what I was doing earlier. Shit. All right. Gotta take some notes here. See. Physics. Regular physics, people. Come on now. Don't get anything twisted. Gotta write this down though, so just give me a moment. Or I'll forget it. If the pen will work. I don't think the pen's gonna work on me. Really? Ridiculous. There we go. I'll go back to this real quick. Let me rewind it just a little bit. I'm so sorry, y'all.
Packets can now hop around between both bars, creating different configurations. Each unique configuration is equally likely. So what happens if we take a snapshot at one instant in time and see where all the energy packets are? So stop. Look at this. Now there are 9 energy packets in the left bar and only 1 in the right bar. so heat has flowed from cold to hot. Shouldn't that be impossible because it decreases entropy? Well, this is where Ludwig Boltzmann made an important insight.
Okay.
Heat flowing from cold to hot is not impossible, it's just improbable. There are
Okay.
91,520 configurations with 9 energy packets in the left bar, but 627,264 with 5 energy packets in each bar.
Write some else
That
down.
is, the energy is more than 6 times as likely to be evenly spread between the bars. But if you add up all the possibilities, you find there's still a 10.5% chance that the left bar ends up with more energy packets than it started. So why don't we observe this happening around us? Well, watch what happens as we increase the number of atoms to 80 per bar and the energy packets to 100, with 70 in the left bar and 30 in the right. There is now only a 0.05% chance that the left solid ends up hotter than it started. And this trend continues the system. In everyday solids, there are around 100 trillion atoms and even more energy packets. So heat flowing from cold to hot is just so unlikely that it never happens.
Think of it like this Rubik's Cube. Right now, it is completely solved, but I'm going to close my eyes and make some turns at random. If I keep doing this, it will get further and further from being solved. But how can I be confident that I'm really messing this cube up? Well, because there's only one way for it to be solved, a few ways for it to be almost solved, and quintillions of ways entirely random. Without thought and effort, every turn moves the Rubik's Cube from a highly unlikely state, that of it being solved, to a more likely state, a total mess.
Join large-scale battles with military game War Thunder has received a...
So if the natural tendency of energy is to spread out and for things to get messier, then how is it possible to have something like air conditioning, where the cold interior of a house gets cooler and the hot exterior gets hotter? Energy is going from cold to hot, decreasing the
Welcome to
house.
this channel.
Well, this decrease in entropy is
Hello.
only possible by increasing the entropy a greater amount somewhere else. In this case, at a power plant, the concentrated chemical energy in coal is being released, heating up the power plant and its environment, spreading to the turbine, the electric generators, heating the wires all the way to the house, and producing waste heat in the fans and compressor. Whatever decrease in entropy is achieved at the house is more than paid for by an increase in entropy required to make that happen. But if total entropy is constantly anything we do only accelerates that
I'm gonna shake my
increase,
head, yeah.
then how is there any structure left on Earth? How are there hot parts separate from cold
Things are
parts?
getting awful.
How
out there,
does
people.
life exist?
You need to fix it.
Well, if the Earth were a closed system, the energy would spread out completely, meaning
It's getting
all life
worse.
would cease, everything would decay and mix, and eventually reach the same temperature. But luckily, Earth is not a closed system, because
The
we
sun.
have the sun. What it gives us is a steady stream of low entropy, that is, concentrated, bundled up energy.
The energy that we get from the sun is more useful than the energy we give back. It's more compact, it's more clumped together.
Plants capture this energy and use it to grow and create
Wait,
sugars,
wait.
plants, and use that energy to
What if, just hypothetically speaking, a human could use some form of photosynthesis? We'll just put that out there. Let's continue.
maintain their bodies and move around. Bigger animals get their energy by eating smaller animals.
What would that
and
mean?
so on. And each step of the way, it becomes more spread out.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Oh wow, I did not know that.
There you go.
Ultimately, all the energy that reaches Earth from the sun is converted into thermal energy, and then it's radiated back into space.
But in fact, it's the same amount. I know this is
You do know this is.
I'm a PhD physicist.
Okay.
But
Okay.
anyway,
I trust you.
The increase in entropy can be seen in the relative number of photons
could
arriving
possibly
at
mean
and
you can
leaving the
generate.
Earth. For each photon received from the sun,
And
20
use energy
photons are
from the
emitted.
sun
And it happens on
to
Earth. Plants growing,
keep
trees falling, herds
your
stampeding,
cells
hurricanes and tornadoes, people eating,
like
sleeping,
plants.
and breathing happens
Not like
in the process of
photosynthesis. I would
converting
say like
fewer, higher energy photons into 20 times as many
using the
lower energy
sun's
photons.
energy and
Without
light
a source of concentrated
maintain
energy and a way to discard the spread out energy,
and
life
rejuvenate.
on Earth would not be possible. It has
Including-
even been suggested that life itself may be a consequence of the second law of thermodynamics.
For a very long
If the universe
period of
tends toward
time.
maximum entropy, then life offers that natural tendency. Because life is spectacularly good at converting low entropy into high entropy. For example, the
speaking
surface
hypothetically.
layer of seawater produces between
what do I
30
know?
to 680% more entropy when cyanobacteria
Thanks
and
for
other
tuning
organic
in.
matter is present than when it's not. Jeremy England takes this one step further. He's proposed that if there is a constant stream of clumped up energy, this could favor structures that dissipate that energy. And over time, this results in better and
Simple.
better energy dissipators, eventually resulting in life. Or, in his own words, start with a random clump of atoms, and if you shine light on it for long
Excuse
enough,
me.
it's surprising that you get a plant. So, life on Earth survives on the low entropy from the sun. But then, where did the sun get its low entropy? The answer is the universe. If we know that the total entropy of the universe is increasing with time, then it was lower entropy yesterday, and even lower entropy the day before that, and so on all the way back to the Big Bang. So right after the Big Bang, that is when the entropy was lowest. This is known as the past hypothesis. It doesn't explain why the entropy was low, just that it must have been that way for the universe to unfold as it has.
Right.
But the early universe was hot, dense, and almost completely uniform. I mean, everything was basically the same everywhere,
See?
varying by at most 0.001%. So how is this low
Oh,
entropy?
wow. That was
Well,
strong.
the thing we've left out is gravity. Gravity tends to clump matter together. So taking gravity into all spread out like this would be an extremely unlikely state. And that is why it's low entropy. Over time, as the universe expanded and cooled, matter started to clump together in more dense regions. And in doing so, enormous amounts of potential energy were turned into kinetic energy. And this energy could also be used, like how water flowing downhill can power a turbine.
I'll never forgive my neighbor
But
for that
as
one.
bits of matter, some of their kinetic energy, so the amount of useful energy decreased, thereby increasing entropy. Over time, the useful energy was used. In doing so, stars, planets, galaxies, and life
Makes
were
me wonder
formed,
whose Wheaties did I
increasing
piss in?
entropy all along. The universe started with around 10 to the 88 Boltzmann constants worth of entropy. Nowadays, all the stars in the observable universe have about 9.5 times 10 to the 80. The interstellar and intergalactic medium combined have almost 10 times more, but still only a fraction of the early universe. A lot more is contained in neutrino photons of the cosmic microwave background. In 1972, Jacob Bekenstein proposed another source of entropy: black holes. He suggested that the entropy of a black hole should be proportional to its surface area. So as a black hole grows, its entropy increases. Famous physicists thought the idea was nonsense, and for good reason. According to classical thermodynamics, if black holes have entropy, then they should also have a temperature. But if they have temperatures, they should emit radiation and not be black after all.
Ready to launch your business? Get started with the commerce platform made for entrepreneurs. Shopify's specially designed to help you start, run, and grow your business with easy customizable themes that let you build your brand. Get your products out there. Yeah.
The person who set out to prove Bekenstein wrong was Stephen Hawking. But to his surprise, his results showed that black holes do emit radiation, now known as Hawking radiation, and they do have a temperature. The black hole at the center of the Milky Way has a temperature of about 100 trillionth of a Kelvin, emitting radiation that is far too weak to detect, so still pretty black. But Hawking confirmed that black holes have entropy, and Bekenstein was right. Hawking was able to refine Bekenstein's proposal and determine just how much entropy they have. The supermassive black hole at the center of the Milky Way has about 10 to the 91 Boltzmann constants of entropy. That is 1,000 times as much as the early observable universe, and 10 times more than all the other particles combined. And that is just one black hole. All black holes count for 3 times 10 to the 104 Boltzmann constants worth of entropy. So almost
pretty cool.
all the entropy of the universe is tied up in black holes.
It's kind of strange.
That means
But,
we had about
like, if it's in
0.00000000003%
I don't know why.
of the entropy
Maybe
it
chemicals.
has now.
But if it's like
So the entropy was
cut
low, and everything that
by
happens in the
accident, like
universe,
falling
like
down or
planetary
something?
systems forming, galaxies
Yeah.
merging, asteroids crashing,
Strange.
stars dying,
there's other
to
things that are
life
strange too,
itself
but I'm not gonna go
flourishing,
into it.
all of that can
course, you probably
happen
already
because
realize
the
this.
entropy of the universe was low, and it has been increasing. And it all happens only in one
Come on,
direction.
fellow
We never
amateur
see an
scientists
asteroid
out there, or
uncrash or a
real
planetary
science
system
people,
unmix
help me
into
out
the
here,
cloud
figure
of
this
dust and
mystery.
gas that made it up. There is a clear difference between going to the past
It's like
and the future. And that difference
self-healing.
comes from entropy. The fact that we are going from
Strange.
unlikely to more likely states
Fucking
is
strange.
why there is an arrow of time.
You know it is.
This is expected to continue until eventually the energy gets spread out so completely that nothing interesting will
glad
ever
I do.
happen again. This is the heat death of the universe. In the distant future, more than 10 to the 100 years from now, after the last black hole has evaporated, the universe will be in its most probable state. Now, even on large scales, you would not be able to tell the difference between time moving forwards or backwards.
Welcome.
The arrow of time itself would disappear.
So science says, yeah.
So it sounds like entropy is
I'll let
this
it continue
awful
the
thing
video.
that leads us inevitably towards the dullest outcome imaginable. Maximum entropy has low complexity does not mean that low entropy has maximum complexity. It's actually more like this tea and milk. I mean, holding it like this is not very interesting. But as I pour the milk in, the two start to mix, and these beautiful patterns emerge.
Tea and
They
milk.
arise in an instant,
gross.
and before you know it, they're gone, back to being featureless. Both low and high entropy are low in complexity. It's in the middle where complex structures appear and thrive. And since that's where we find ourselves, let's make use of the low entropy we've got while we can.
Woohoo.
With the right tools, we can understand just about anything, from a cup of tea cooling down to the evolution of the entire universe. And if you're looking for a free and easy way to add
Okay.
powerful tools to your arsenal, then you should check out this video's sponsor, Brilliant.org. With Brilliant, you can master key concepts in everything.
Okay. I guess obviously the stream's over. Let's see here. Well, you know what? I think I'm gonna close that. Okay. Well, let's see. Let's call it, yes. It's late. I'm gonna probably play some Diablo or something. I feel so trapped. It's okay. Whatever. Have a good night, y'all. Hello. If you joined, you're probably at the end of the stream. But thanks for joining. Really? Are you sure? I can hear it on my end. Maybe it's your phone. Some magic tricks. I bet. I want to see some magic tricks, people. Let's see. Let me go get some metal pieces. I'm getting better at it. 1 second. Okay. We got some pieces here. Just dug out of the drawer in the kitchen. The tool dresser. All right, that's what I call it. The tool dresser. Turn on the light here for a second. Ooh, it's bright. Okay. So I got a fork. We got various items. We got a screw. Keychain. And an earring. Hmm. Yeah, it works on my end. Yours is your end. See, it's probably your phone or something, or whatever you're on. Okay, we got the screw. We can do some magic tricks. We got an earring, keychain, tack. Right. Do one at a time, though. First, we'll start with the tack. And we are going to attempt to lift this one up with a fork. Nothing there. Just a fork. Right? If I can hold it still. Okay, enough. Use the whole thing. Use the whole energy. Now we're going to do the key ring. At least try. It's kind of heavier. So I'm unsure if we can. Ooh. Hold on, I'm gonna make sure I'm concentrating better because do it behind my eyes, it's better. Ooh ah, ooh ah. Hey, it's a metal ring and a fucking fork. That's a little heavier. Now we do the screw. Right behind my eye. Now, who is on my stream? Ah, yes. Welcome. There's an earring. You know what? I feel a little bit stronger. Let's try something heavier. Again. Let's do the key ring again. You can do it, right? Yeah, where most energy flows. Ah, thanks for the extra boost, y'all. Much appreciated. All you gotta do is think outside of the box. Now we swirl it around. And we stop. Then I let it go. Okay. Well, that concludes. And welcome to Just Showed Up. No comment. But I hope you all have a great evening. Enjoy your daytime, wherever you are out there. World. Thanks in and watching. And I hope to catch y'all on the flip side someday. Bye.